You didn't watch all. Booty.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, our first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Whoever's wearing 23 needs to get kicked off the team.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Hill with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Floor now for his very first official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Griffin.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to...
And what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Griffin.
Yeah, and, you know, he can relax a little bit now. That first one is in the books. It won't be the biggest bucket he makes in his life, but, man, it may be the most memorable.
I think you may be right about that. No matter how many thousands of them he winds up with, he'll never forget that first one.
And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and, you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
I don't want that. I
Griffin
gotta make
kicks to
Swag
Williams.
Mike proud.
Outside world peace. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Williams can't get it to go.
They've been sensational on the backboard.
On the glass.
Stay on him. Stay on him. Stay on
Here's
him.
Pekovic. And the lead now down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Back to Griffin. On the wing, Williams. There's the triple.
Why?
Shot's good.
Okay.
Griffin making the play. 6 points for Lou Williams.
Booty.
Muhammad. No good. The scoring fast and furious as we... Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Lakers. Griffin in at shooting guard. World Peace is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Williams. And it's Black in at center. Timberwolves leading by 7. Miller outside. And there's the feed to Pekovic. Knocked away. Griffin with the steal. Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers.
God damn.
Lakers trail by 15. Williams dishes to Griffin. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his
What
part.
kind of
Just
animation
no
is that?
idea he was right near the line.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66. And a lot of those losses came in their confidence.
Well, last season, the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins that you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Pass to Randall. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. Here's Griffin.
Come on.
The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Griffin's got 5 now. Minnesota leading by 13. Pekovic with a screen on Williams. Miller outside. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass break. The Lakers. And he lobs it up toward the rim. World peace the pass to Griffin. They get a hand on it.
God.
Miller with the ball.
He just jumped.
23 seconds left here in the second. Jang with the screen for Miller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The pass to Muhammad. Connects from three-point range. Muhammad's got 4 points this quarter.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Outside Griffin. Fades away. Here's
Why
Black.
fade away?
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. For Los Angeles, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
Why are we getting our asses whooped by
And we've
Minnesota,
reached
dude?
half.
Your Lakers, 44.
Minnesota.
The Timberwolves, 51.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. Both teams making some changes here.
Yes. We came back. Yes.
Minnesota in the lead. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Nikola Pekovic. Andre Miller is out there with Muhammad. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Jang in at the 4-man position. Muhammad with it, working on Williams. Prince kicks to Miller. At the elbow, Pekovic. Here's Dang, and Griffin sends it back. Sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Griffin's got 7.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg. And I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Lakers trail. Now, here's Clarkson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Griffin dishes to Williams. Clarkson kicks to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. 18 feet out. Muhammad grabs the board.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Miller kicks to Prince.
Wait.
To the middle. Here's Pekovic. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Pekovic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Picked by Griffin. Let's go. Nice jump shot. Good. Here's Miller. He has 6. kicks to Pekovic. Now here's Muhammad, defended by Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to be on free. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player. He showed last year he belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Prince, the pass to Miller. Pass to Muhammad. It's Prince on the wing. Foul call that time on the wing. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start. And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
There's 1:47 left in the third quarter. Griffin kicks to Williams. Back to Griffin. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Again, Griffin missing.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And the shot is good.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Right there. Right there.
That doesn't go either for Griffin.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And here's Jang. Jang, a screen. Miller kicks to Jang. It's stolen by Randall. Miller against Griffin. Dishes it to Clarkson. That drops.
Yeah.
And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Miller kicks to Prince. A baseline J, and again it's Minnesota.
Oh, shit.
24 seconds left in the third. Griffin a screen on Miller. Outside for Griffin. And
A much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
another shot. Misses at the rim.
Come on, please win. Please win. Please win. Please let us win.
Thanks for joining us again as the
Please let us win.
teams decided to change it up. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Griffin, he's in at shooting guard. Julius Randle is out there with world peace. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Black in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Randle kicks to Clarkson. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Clock at 4. Here's Griffin. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now the Timberwolves with it. It's a 13-point game. Here's Towns. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Out to the right wing. Griffin dishes to Black. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the post-game show. 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game?
He got on a nice roll and deserves a lot of credit for this win, Ernie, Kenny. He might not be the #1 fan favorite, but this crowd will show him some love tonight. Guys on his team already know what he can do, but it's great to see another game like this.
He put on...
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started.
Coming home, New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pop, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. Last game for the Nets, a loss to Atlanta at Phillips Arena. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. Argnani comes in for Brook Lopez. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And the Lakers also making a change. Griffin's checked in, so the Lakers 5 right now. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Freak, and it's Hibbert in at the 5, down low.
Chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 10th in lowest turnovers per game, 16th in shooting percentage. And for lowest opponent scoring per game, they've got some work to do there.
And in terms of turnovers, I think the good ball handling and smart passes were really a key. Not a gaudy ranking, but no question, being in that top 10 helped them offensively.
And the Lakers have possession. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was
let's go.
shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was sick and slick. The D had no chance.
Yeah, he was one step ahead of them the entire way.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
The Nets making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Bass comes in for Roy Hibbert. And Jordan Clarkson in for Russell. Injuries have certainly taken their toll on Bargnani, culminating in disaster last season. Greg suiting up.
Series of leg injuries, the hammy, the calf. Really unfortunate part about it because of all the issues.
Here's Sloan. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out to the wing. Clock at 6. Bogdanovich dishes to Robinson. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Nets trail by 4. Pick by Bargnani. Pass to Bogdanovich. Robinson a screen on Griffin. Here's Bogdanovich, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And he gets it to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by Kobe. Bargnani kicks to Sloan. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an interconference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
Los Angeles leading by 4. The feed to Bass. Outside Griffin. Out to the wing. Now, here's Clarkson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Bargnani. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Here's Kobe. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Picked by Griffin. Back to Bryant.
Why can't... Oh, my God.
That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
There's a screen by Robinson. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson.
Who the fuck y'all want me to guard?
No luck. And the Lakers going the other way now.
What the fuck? I got that rebound. Not Kobe.
The drive by Bryant. Score of the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Sloan. There's a screen by Robinson. Sloan passes to Hollis Jefferson. Bargnani a screen on Bryant. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Outside Griffin. Steps back and shoots. Again, it's the Lakers.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You know, you try to figure out what you can and can't do. And you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
On Kobe's age and with the two, Sutherland making some changes. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Joe Johnson. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Donald Sloan. They've got Young. Thomas Robinson is out there with Bargnani. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant.
Kobe.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Nets trail by 14. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work.
That was my fault. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention.
And it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Griffin a screen on Jack. Outside for Griffin.
Give me that. Give me that.
Hits the front of the rim and out.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there. You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
Now the dish to Bogdanovich. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Bogdanovich has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets. Picked by Griffin. Clarkson kicks to Griffin. Feeds to Clarkson. Just 5 on the clock. It's Kobe Bryant on the way. Sinks the triple. Bryant's got 14 points for the game.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Bargnani. Jack for 3. Can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 11. Shoots it up. Another miss by Griffin. Poke loose. Griffin with the steal. Clarkson with the ball. Now Jack defending. Outside Griffin. He kicks it to Clarkson. Clarkson off a pick from Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Clarkson dishes to Bass. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with the broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
They swipe
That's
it.
kickball.
Here's Jack. Cannot hit. Nice D by Kobe.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
He's played an important role in their
That's
offense
kinda
today,
pissed me
guys.
off,
Without him,
dude.
they may not be in the lead.
Outside Jack. There's 57 seconds left in the first half, and that one's good.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Lakers leading by 11. Dishes it to Griffin. Bass against Robinson. Lets it go from 14. Robinson with the block. In transition, here come the Nets. They grab their own miss. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. There's the pass to Clarkson. Griffin kicks to Kobe.
Kobe.
Back to Griffin. Clock at 6. Pass to Clarkson. Griffin passes to Black. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and that's not going to go. And so that's the end of the first half.
Well, Roy, what's been...
Just, I got the offensive rebound for nothing.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a 1-2. There's a new group in for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Joe Johnson. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bogdanovich.
Really?
And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Nets trail by 15. So for the Lakers right now, Griffin in at the 3. Williams is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Robert Sacre, and it's Bass in a power forward. And here is Los Angeles now. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. Clarkson dishes to Griffin. Sacre kicks to Griffin. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. 4 on the shot clock. From downtown, makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Kicks it to Young. He dishes it to Bargnani. Screen by Young. Thaddeus Young on the wing.
My fault.
It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Clarkson passes to Bass. Sacre dishes to Clarkson. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Here's Griffin. And another basket for the Lakers.
Freaking involving. He finally does it.
Nets trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He feeds it to Bargnani.
Man, I thought he was passing it to fucking that.
6 to shoot.
Stay on the sock ray. Stay on the sock ray.
Fadeaway.
Why ain't you saying
And a
that?
kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bargnani's got 5 points so far. Lakers leading by 16. Clarkson kicks to Griffin. The feed to Clarkson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Sloan passes to Hollis Jefferson. Now, here is Bargnani. Tight defense on him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Brook Lopez is out there with Bargnani. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Johnson. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
I think it's safe to say
that is not who I want to pass it to.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Jarrett Jack. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 8. Good on both. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Clarkson kicks to Griffin. Passes to Sacre. Back to Griffin. Shoots from the corner. And the miss. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before, but it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way.
Look, how many times have we seen games like this from Kobe? He was the primary option. They needed a bucket. He delivered. His game has evolved in the last few years, but the recipe was working tonight.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
Word?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. I don't know who hit him. damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
No. Me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros. And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a '67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a '67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a '67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. Importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners. after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V-G-G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
De respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra.
Alright, gonna play one more game. I gotta go to bed because I gotta work in 3 hours.
And it all starts tonight. We can set the tone with the win here, it'll make a huge difference. The team's ready, and I know I'm ready. So I guess the next step is to just get out there and get it done. I feel like this one's on me, though. So time to earn my stripes.
The Lakers continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. We're all set to bring you NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Right now, the 76ers are back in town for just improving their record with each opportunity to try to pick up some wins.
And before the season, guys, not much was expected of this group. We heard them saying that they were going to prove the doubters wrong, but so far that has not been the case. It's been a struggle.
Yeah, that's a case, Greg, to me, of intentions running into reality. This is a team with some work to do, plenty of work to do, and I think they're finding that out the hard way. It could serve them well going forward, though.
And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Kobe, Roy Hibbert is out there with Brandon Bass. Then it's Russell. And it's Young in at the small forward. Now here's Okafor. From 8 feet away, he drops it in. Okafor's got the first points up on the board for the 76ers.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Shot clock at 5. Fires top of the key. And Nick Young, the bucket on the assist from Roy Hibbert.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Cannon. Hibbert pulls it in. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Passes it to Russell. For Philadelphia, Nerlens Noel checks in for Landry. And Roten subbed in for Isaiah Cannon. The Lakers also making some changes. Randall comes in for Roy Hibbert. And Freak subbed in for Bryant. Bass with the screen. Outside Russell. Down low, off the pick. And Randall throws it down.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
There's the dish to Covington. Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Russell. It's Thompson off the drive. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Lakers leading by 3. Russell kicks to Griffin. Lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Roten. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Roten's got his second bucket tonight.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Checking out the numbers for Covington. His last 10 games, he's right around 9 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really...
better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joel Embiid comes in for Okafor, and Kendall Marshall subbed in for Thompson. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Russell. Now here's Griffin. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana.
And you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
And stolen by Roten. Over to the left wing. No one near him. Can't get it to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And if there's one aspect